What's going on, y'all? Long time no see. Finally got another video here. If I sound a little like if I sound like crap, it's because I do. Freaking sick again with something else. I think last time I did a video, we were getting over a cold, and picked up something else from one of my customers, I think, or maybe the kids or something. The kids had a little cough, negative on COVID and all that stuff, but I just keep getting this cold and sickness, and we just keep fighting it off, but it's just, it never stops. Always somebody in the family's bringing in something, and somebody getting sick. And I had a customer that was sick, and I was around her, and so I think I might have got it from her last week. But today is Monday. I can't remember the date. I think 24th, 25th or something. Anyways, we got some cold weather down here in Florida. I mean, as you can see, I got a jacket on, and they got down to 30 last night, and so we had some. We got a freeze warning this morning till 9 o'clock, and got some ice out there on the roofs and on the grass, and even the windshield. Had to put some warm water on the windshield this morning, get the kids to school and all that stuff. So anyways, that's our cold weather down here in Florida, is 30. That's usually how low it gets. I mean, it might, I think we got a day coming up here, it might get even lower, maybe in the 20s or something, high 20s. But anyways, that's as cold as we need it down here. And thoughts and prayers, and I tip my hat off to anybody that lives up north in that cold weather up there in the snow. I don't know how y'all do it, living like that and dealing with it. I've been down here so long in my life. I mean, I just couldn't imagine living up north. And I talk to people all the time, and especially recently here, like in the last month or so, I've met some people from up north and telling me about the life, that they had out there, and what they had to deal with the cold weather. And it just sounds like it sucked. They have no desire on moving back up north. Anyway, so, but I'm gonna try to, I wanted to do a video just talking about this topic, but I'm hoping I don't sound too bad or sound like crap. So anyways, but I watched a video the other day on Vigilance Elite. It was about the power grid, and the guest that the guest he had on works for the power lines, and that's what he does for work. He's been in it his whole life, and he's real knowledgeable on the power grid, and especially on the U.S. power grid. And it was a really good video, sit down podcast, or whatever you call those, interview that he did with this gentleman. For Sean, I think Sean Ryan is the guy with Vigilance Elite. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, go check it out. It's a great channel. But he has guests on in different fields, and this guy he brought in talking about the power grid, and it was very interesting and very knowledgeable. He talked about kind of the pros and cons and stuff, and what's going on with the U.S. grid, and what might be some of the worries we got. So I highly recommend go checking that out. And the other video was Marine X. He just did a video on his blackout bag that he has for the power goes out, and he lives in Texas. So they went through the whole storm over there. I think it was it last year or the year before? They had that bad snowstorm, and they just the power, their whole grid went down over there. Maybe it was a couple years ago. But anyways, he lives in Texas, so he's going through his kits, as far as his blackout bag, and he did a video on it, showing it, or talking about it. And that's actually the same thing I was doing. I've been going through all my preps for like the last month here, and just kind of checking everything, get rid of anything old, or if something's expired, or just making sure everything's good. I charge all my units. I have a blackout kit that we use for hurricane season. And then I also have an EMP kit, which, you know, it just has some stuff for a longer period of time if we, you know, we didn't have any power. But I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have to worry about anything during the winter so much compared to, you know, other people up north or like Marine X in Texas. But for me, I'm just checking my kits. But what was I gonna say? With Marine X, he's just make sure everything's in order. He also just did another video on what do you call it, the nuclear football kit that he's got, which is basically he had a bigger version, but now he's got a smaller version. But it's basically a barter kit that he put together for trading with his neighbors and people in his neighborhood. You know, if the power does go down and they lose power, he has items in this kit that he can use for bartering and trading, you know, for other stuff with his neighbors or whoever. So he just did a video, I think he just posted that video, showing that trading kit that he made. And basically a small compact kit that he could take with him anywhere. And if he needs some items from a neighbor, he's got stuff that he could trade that they might need, and, you know, vice versa. So he just did a video on that, and then he also did a video on his Blackout kit, which that was a good video. His Blackout kit, he's got a nice bag. For his Blackout kit is also a survival kit, so he's got items in there I don't think you necessarily need in there, but he did add them in there, like a medical and trauma and some survival items and stuff in there, which, you know, my Blackout kit, my hurricane kit, I don't have survival items in there. The only thing I would add in there is probably a fire kit, just because of fire tender, but I got plenty of lighters and, you know, stuff like that. But if we had to get a fire going, I have multiple fire kits in my other packs and put away, and even individual fire kits that are separated there, you know, put away. So I didn't necessarily have to put a fire kit in here, but if I wanted to, I could add some tinder in here. But for me, my Blackout bag is for hurricane season, so it's just essential items you need in a hurricane. And for him, he did more of a survival type Blackout bag or whatever. So but it was a good kit, good bag. He's got a nice high visible bag. I got mine in just my cheap NRA black bag that I had in the closet stored away, and that's what I used to put these items in there. But my EMP kit, I actually have a nicer dry bag, Faraday bag that I have for that. But for my Blackout kit, it's just a cheap standard bag, and it's a black one, so, you know, he's got a high visible one, so I thought that was pretty cool, because he keeps it on the stairs, that way he can see it in the storage and then be able to get it if it's dark or whatever. So I thought that was a good idea, but for me, I don't need that. So anyways, but I just want to kind of go over the Blackout NRA, which I don't support the NRA no more. So this is an old bag that I've had when I was a member, and I did support them, but I don't support them anymore. I support FPC, Firearms Policy Coalition, I think it's called. Anyway, that's who I support now as far as, you know, fighting for the Second Amendment, not the NRA. But anyways, this is an old bag I had laying around. I just put all the essential items that we would need for hurricane season. And I guess I was going to just go through this and like why, you know, some of the items, why I got them in there. But I'm not going to go through the whole bag itself. But like items you definitely want to have. Now these are these are for the kids, but also for us too if we need to. But just some glow in the dark sticks, whatever. Damn, I forgot the name of them. Anyways, it's got the strings in there. We actually got these for the kids, like during the holidays, like Halloween, I think it was, or whatever. But these are just great for us to put on the kids so we can see them at night. My wife and I will obviously have flashlights, which I do have some flashlights and headlamps that the kids could use. But this is just a quick, easy way we could put these on them at night. Plus, it keeps them entertained, and they liked it. We actually used them before one night, and they enjoyed it and had fun. So it's kind of entertainment, plus we can keep our eyes on them. And if I had to, I could put one on the dog's collar. That way I can see the dog too. And just a quick way to, you know, have light or be able to see where everybody is and all that stuff. But one of the things I highly recommend are these little solar lights. These are great little lights. You know, they expand and, you know, you so blow them up and open them up. This is actually the candle light one. So I definitely recommend getting this one. This is great for low visible light. You know, just something nice to have at night. You know, put on the table and it's like a candle going. Which we have multiple candles. My wife's huge into Bath and Body Works, so she's got candles for days. And soaps and all that stuff, and creams and lotions and all that crap. But anyways, these are great little lights, these little solar lights. So I highly recommend getting these just because of the solar option. You know, during the day you can charge them, and then at night you got plenty of light there. And I got, I think, 3 of these in there. Yeah, 3 of those in there. And then I just got some small, I got my USB cords in here, cables and stuff for all the different lights. And this was something I had picked up in the Nomadic, which is rechargeable. Luna Life is it, but it's rechargeable lights, and you basically string these up. And this is something I would probably put out, charge them, and put them outside, and then run it around our back here. That way we can have light out there and be able to go outside and stuff and have that out there for lighting. So that's why I got that. But just another great option for outside lights and rechargeable lights and stuff. But these little solar ones, yeah, I highly recommend getting those. They got the regular ones with the regular white light. I even got a carabiner on this one. But great option right there for solar lights. They work good. You know, they're bright. You know, gets the job done. So, and then over here, I think I just got the headlamps. Probably something a lot of people might forget, but something to keep the kids entertained and us entertained. I just got some playing cards in here. Now, as far as board games, we got tons of board games and different games that we have here in the house that we can use. But I did throw these in the kit just to have in case we weren't here or something, you know, we were somewhere else. You know, we got some entertainment here, poker cards. I'm a big Texas Hold'em poker player, so I love poker. Ooh, my bad, y'all. In Texas Hold'em, this is actually some cards we got in the Nomadic, which is the night sky. Now stargazing is more fun than ever. So it's got all the constellations and stuff on the cards, which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't opened these, so these are brand new, but did throw some playing cards, plus something good for the kids too, for entertainment with the stars and the galaxies and I said galaxies. Damn, oh, Family Feud. My wife loves this show. Always been a big fan of the show. And so I got some, these are some playing cards that she bought. And this is great for the kids too, so that's why I threw those in there. But entertainment, just have something. I got small little games too. I could add in here for the kids, you know, stuff I kept that I thought was good. But definitely want some entertainment in a situation, a blackout situation. Headlamps, more headlamps. This bag is actually something we got in the Nomadic, so you can just throw any type of light inside the bag here and then it illuminates. And it's actually great for a headlamp. Put a headlamp in there, and then you got a bag here, and then you can hang it and it illuminates the room or whatever. But anyways, my wife got me some new headlamps for Christmas, some Bushnells. So I got a couple of those I threw in there. And then I just got some flashlights, you know, standard flashlights, you know, cheap stuff, battery operated flashlights. Yeah, I got those in there. And that's basically headlamps and battery operated flashlights. I'm not big on, I like rechargeable, but it's good to have some battery flashlights. Marine X is huge on those. AA, AAAs, he don't like rechargeable lights. I like rechargeable because it's, you know, it's easy and, you know, keep up with, you know, keep them charged. But, you know, you also want to have both. You don't want to have just one. And then inside it's just your standard stuff. You know, in a blackout situation, things you need here at the house. You know, it's just these, the lighters. You know, you get your big lighters here. It's actually a nice one here. I like this one because it's flexible. It's got the flex head on it. So definitely, those are always good to have. Matches. Got the matches. I got several different types. I got batteries in here, AA, AAA's. I got D batteries, I got C batteries, and I got rechargeable flashlights. There's my old version 3 Black Scout flashlight. I'm running the version 4 for my EDC, so I put the version 3 in here. And this would actually be my wife's go-to light. I also have my version 2 Black Scout flashlight in here. I put it in the box that the version 4 came in. So I got multiple rechargeable flashlights, plus flashlights with battery operated ones, AA, AAA ones. And then lanterns. I got a couple different kinds of lanterns in here. These are the TAC 1 lanterns. These are kind of good 360 degree type light lanterns or whatever in there. And more headlamps, rechargeable headlamp, the good ones, the one that Black Scout came out with through night. That's a brand new one. And I got others, and I got another one in a different kit. And then basically just candles. You know, I got the 100-hour candle in here. Batteries. Just trying to remember if there was anything else. Just the batteries, and then big lighters, and just plenty of lighters. Now a lot of this stuff in here I got plenty of. So like as far as the bartering and trading thing goes, you know, I could trade out. You know, if somebody needed a lighter or whatever, you know, I could trade out some lighters. I got tons of these lighters in here. I actually got more at the bottom here, so I even got more of those. But you know, like matches, lighters, batteries, lanterns, you know, whatever. I got plenty of extras in here that I could trade with my neighbors. You know, if we were out of something and they needed something, I could trade out with them. And I got plenty of extras in here, plenty of redundancy in here for helping out the neighbors too, and trade if I had to. So my bartering kit, I don't have a separate kit for bartering, but you know, that my Blackout bag has plenty in it to where I could barter, because I have a lot of extras in there. So I always want to have redundancy and have plenty of. So that's my hurricane kit that I use for hurricane season or any type of minor blackout. I was only for a short period of time. Now, for a long period of time, and something even more scarier, EMP. You know, I was watching that video on Sean Ryan on Vigilance Elite with the power grid. One of the things the gentleman was talking about as far as the U.S. power grid goes, one of the biggest problems we have, it's working right now, but don't know how long it's going to work, and it's only going to get worse. But most of our power grid is, in some areas in the U.S., it's like 90 years old. New Jersey, he was talking about in the video how he was in New Jersey, I think when they had the Hurricane Sandy up there, and they're changing out the poles and upgrading the grid up there, and he had a bolt, steel bolt that they had up there. I think it was a bolt. I'm trying to remember. I was listening to it when I was doing stuff, but that bolt was from like the early 1900s. I think he said like 1913 or something. It was old, like, but it was still good. A tree fell down and took it out, and took the pole and the line out. But if it wasn't for the tree, that thing still would have been usable, and they would have been able to use it. So he said there's a lot of areas in the U.S. where it's like the grid is like 90 years old, and then in other areas, you know, that the grid that we're using now is from the 40s and 50s, but we're running 2021 technology, 2022 technology on it, and that's not good. It's working right now, but eventually it's not going to, and you know, we're going to have some issues. And the problem is the people that own these power companies don't want to upgrade the grid because they're all in it for making money. You know, they're trying to make money. That's all they care about. And if they upgrade the grid in a lot of areas, in some areas it's not worth upgrading right now, because by the time they pay for everything, they won't make any money, and they'll lose profit, and they won't make any money. So they don't want to invest into upgrading the grid unless they have to. So our power grid is basically set up to, it should be upgraded just like anything else. You know, like your house, your cars, you know, everything needs to be upgraded eventually, but our power grid has not. And there's Even made a good point with our roads. A lot of our roads haven't been touched in like 30 years, and they just haven't been redone or anything. So, you know, there's you have to upgrade stuff. You have to update stuff, and our power grid is one that we have not done, and it's a very important part of our of our lifestyle in our life. And for us to neglect it like that, it's only going to lead in some problems later on. That's going to be could be disaster and could be bad. Example like Texas. When Texas had that bad storm out there, people died out there. It was so cold. Like people were not used to that, and they had a lot of issues. So it was bad. Uh, was it Hurricane Katrina? When Katrina came through, and I mean all those people. I mean, it was terrible. So it's just we got to do something now and start upgrading and start doing something for the technologies that we're using so we don't have issues later on. But they're not going to unless there was some type of blackout or some type of huge problem where they would have to invest the money into it to get to upgrade it because we have to. So that's kind of the scary part with the whole power grid. And then he goes in more detail on how the power grid works and how everything works, and that's really knowledgeable and it was really good. So definitely go check it out. But having an EMP kit, some items in here for a longer period of time, really made me feel a lot more comfortable. Now mine's kind of more of a, I guess, a low end or maybe a minor type. You definitely probably want to go more than this for depending on the period of time. But for me, the reason why I bought the Faraday bag was in case if there was an EMP attack. That's why I got the Faraday bag. Now this bag is put out by, what is the company called? Mission Darkness. So if you're looking for a good Faraday bags, and they have all different kind of bags, duffel bags, backpacks. I did get the dry bag because I wanted living in Florida. We get a lot of rain and hurricanes, and I want to make sure this stuff was not just protected from the EMP, but also waterproof because a lot of the items I have in there are expensive and cost a good penny. So I want to make sure they're waterproof too. But this is put out by Mission Darkness. This is their dry bag, and basically in this kit, I just have items that I want to keep protected, and they're for a longer period of time in case there was an EMP attack, or if the grid did go down and there was a blackout. These items are I have in here will help us to get through a longer period of time. So, but basically in here I just got, I got a power station in here. I do have the Jackery power station, which is a great company if you're looking for a good power station. There's a lot of other companies out there, but Jackery's been around the longest and has one of the best reputations out there. So I did go with the Jackery as far as what brand on the power station I got. And the power station got out here is actually the smallest one that they make. I think it was like the 250 one. I wanted to get like the $1,000 one, was the big boy, and that could run small appliances and that was actually one I really wanted, but I just didn't have the money to invest into that right now. Later on, maybe this year, I might get that bigger one, but then I'm gonna have to get another Faraday bag, a bigger one, or a Faraday bag just for that power station to keep protected from an EMP, because I definitely don't want that getting damaged if there was an EMP. Now EMP, there's always speculation of how bad it could be, or what what it could take out, and what should make it or whatever. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. But I might get a bigger power station, the big boy Jackery, later. If to upgrade on this EMP kit type deal. But I do have the smaller one in here, and then I got just my O-light lanterns, which really don't need to be in here, but I put in here because of the waterproof option. I don't want those getting wet. Now my flashlights were Blackout. They do have they're water resistant, and they do have the O-rings in there to keep them type of water resistant, waterproof. So I'm not so much worried about those getting wet or flooding or something. But with these items, I wanted to make sure they were protected. And this is just the O-light lantern that came out, the O lantern, and so I got that in there. And this has two different bulbs. It has the white bulb. It also has the candlelight bulb, so that's good for at night. Which one of the reasons why I like I like the candlelight option is because in a blackout or some type of disaster, SHTF, the candlelight would be good at night because it's not real bright and it has just enough light to light up the room, but not, you know, where somebody could see it outside. So it's a real low visible light, and I like that option. So having a candlelight is always a plus, and these being rechargeable, I have that option to have all the time. Even if we ran out of candles, I still have the candlelight option on this, plus on that solar light. That's why I like that candlelight option. But yeah, these are nice lanterns. The big thing with these, a lot of people thought they were overpriced. I actually got mine on sale, so I got it for like half the price. So what I paid is probably what they should have gone for, maybe. But a lot of people really just weren't happy with the price on these. I think they were going for like 90 or something, and I got mine for like 45 or 50. But anyways, but a great lantern, rechargeable lantern. Light's always got the great option. You just click the charger on there, and it charges it up. So I got that in there, and it's in this bag because I wanted to keep it waterproof. This is a little little lights that they came out, little light bulbs. Same thing, rechargeable at the bottom. So I got this really just to have to, you know, put in the bathroom, have a light in there, and all you gotta do is push it, and then it comes on, and then I think I got it locked out or something. Yeah, because I started charging all this stuff up, but then I was having issues with this one, so I might have to throw this on the charger again. See if I can get it charged up. But anyways, these little old light bulbs. This was free. When I bought this, I think this came with it free or something. I don't know, I can't remember. But I got it wasn't much. It was cheap. But anyways, just something to have in the bathroom, and or in a room or whatever, if you're reading or something. This is the candlelight bulb option, and the cables and stuff that come with the lantern. You know, cables here. And then like I wanted to keep my walkies. I already went through and charged everything. Everything's 100%. But I got two walkies in here. And this is just for communication. You know, we're still going along. You know, if we're having trouble with the cell phones, you know, with the towers or whatever, and the power's still out, the grid's still down, and I had to leave home, I want to have some type of way of communication with my wife. So I did go with the Midland. These are very good walkies here. I've talked about this kit before, and I believe it was Corey over at Patriot Civil Defense. He bought the what was the ones he bought? The Stanley walkies, which those are actually real nice because they're real durable. You know, used for the construction site. They're waterproof, and you can really beat them up and not have to worry about them. But the Stanley walkies are another great option and cheaper than I believe the Midland. Well, actually, those might cost more in the Midland. But anyways, got some walkies in here for communication, and I want to keep these in here protected. The other thing you definitely want to have in a long-term blackout or even hurricane season. This is something I could use during a hurricane in a short period of time, but this is emergency radio, and this is put out by the Voyager. This is brand new, never been used. You know, I have it just for emergencies, so it's not something I could use this if we went camping and stuff, but you know, we never do. So, but I mean, I could use it for, you know, being out in the woods and camping. But anyways, this is the Voyager emergency radio. This is definitely a must-have item, and this has all types of different options as far as charging your phone and stuff like that. Flashlights, I can charge on this, and it does have the crank on it and the solar. You can charge this in the sun, so it has a solar option on there. But if you're looking for a good emergency radio, the Voyager has a great one, so highly recommend that. And then I got all the, you know, the plugs, the cables, and the antenna for the radio. I got an antenna that comes with it with the company. I bought all the accessories for the radio. They're in here. And then I even got all my cables and my charging ports for the Medland walkies and all that stuff's in here. So I got all my cables and everything in here, and then I got the jackery down at the bottom. So that's what's all in there. But anyways, these are items that I have for long term, blackout or EMP if it was, a disaster, emergency, like something bad, but also I got it waterproof too, so I don't have to worry if we had a flood during hurricane season or something happened. I don't want these items getting wet, so that was why I put them in the Faraday waterproof or dry bag. So, yes. But definitely something you want to have for a long period of time, right? Blackout situation. And then listening to the gentleman on Vigilance Elite, and talking about the power grid and everything, it really gets you thinking. If you don't have these items put away, for emergency like that, if the grid went down, definitely get on it, because it's a very important topic. And as far as prepping goes and all that stuff is very important. So I was going through the kits, making sure everything was charged, everything's working, flashlights are good, and everything's just in order. So that's what I was doing. But Marine X did a video on his blackout bag because of the winter time, and what they've been through over there. Plus everybody up north with all the storms and everything going on. So, definitely highly recommend, investing or, checking your kits and go check out the videos and watch those, and just a lot of great information that you you can learn more about with the grid and all. So, but anyways, guys, that's the reason why I have a blackout bag and an EMP bag, EMP kit, and the items that I have in mind, and that I need for. And also don't forget about trading, bartering with your neighbor, making sure you got plenty of redundancy so you can help out other neighbors in your community and other people out, or people in your family, that need stuff. You can help them out, friends and family. So definitely keep that in mind. Go check out Marine X on his bartering kit, and then his blackout bag, and then check out Vigilance Elite talking about the power grid. So anyways, guys, I hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's healthy. We're just going to keep fighting through these colds and all these sicknesses that we keep getting. Our two boys go to school, so they're still in school, but since they're going to school, you got all the germs, you got all the problems with the sickness. So, we just dealing with that during the winter time, which we've been grateful and we've been blessed that we've all been healthy and haven't had any issues with COVID and any sickness like that. But, thoughts and prayers out to anybody that's going through it, and God bless. And yeah, I'll probably still ain't got able to get out in the trails with the holidays and the sickness, and we were even sick during the holidays. It's one thing after another. I still haven't got an opportunity to get out on the trails, so maybe February I'll get out there, but we'll see how things go. But right now it's just kind of on a standstill. Got my recce ruck all set up. I want to take out for a 24-hour or 8-10 hour hike. I want to take that out, and I got everything in there I need. And then I want to take out my backpacking pack and try that out, and check it and check the weight, see, try to get 20 miles on it, and see how it feels, and then go from there. But yeah, I still got those planned. I just don't know when I'm ever going to be able to get out on the trails. I actually got my treadmill in there, so if I get feeling better, got to clean out the garage a little bit, but I'm going to get my gym set up again and get my treadmill going, and I was going to put the packs on and then, walk and do the treadmill with them. But anyways, all right, y'all, take care, God bless, and I hope everybody's healthy, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, y'all.